Yo, what's up guys? Old School Dan here, back again with another video. And in today's video, we're going to be talking about Steve Johnson's full body routine. You probably don't know who Steve Johnson is. You probably never heard of him. I personally had never heard of him until I read Strength and Health magazine of May 1966. There is an article written about him. And what I found very interesting about this guy was that, okay, so there's a man named John Fertici. He had a gym called Fertici's Gym. And some legendary bodybuilders, some championship bodybuilders trained there. If you've heard of Jules Bacon, George Eiferman, and John Farbonick. And if you've heard of John Farbonick, you would know that he was actually a big inspiration of Steve Reeves. Now, when Steve Reeves was growing up and he was training, he looked at many other bodybuilders. He looked at bodybuilders that inspired him. He was talking about how, like, oh, you know what? John Grimmick has really good legs. I would like to have legs like him. Alan Stefan has really good lats. I would like to have lats like Alan Stefan. And then he talked about how, oh, John Farbonick has a really nice chest. I would like to have a chest like him. So the point I'm trying to get across is that this routine has some serious value in it. If this guy trained the same gym that Jules Bacon, George Eiferman, and John Farbonick trained at, they were all mentored by the same dude, John Fertice. This must be a good routine because those are some legendary bodybuilders. If you haven't heard of them, this is sort of the equivalent to like Steve Reeves' mentor Ed Yarick. Anyways, let's jump into the video. So who is Steve Johnson? He is a silver era bodybuilder. He used to be part of John Fertici's gym, like I mentioned earlier. There's some legendary bodybuilders that train there: John Farbonick, George Eiferman, Jules Bacon. This guy also has a couple title wins. He's actually the winner of the 1963 Novice in Norristown, the 1964 Mr. Greater Philadelphia, the 1965 Mr. Valley Forge, the 1965 Mr. Pennsylvania, and the 1965 Mr. Capital City Open Contest. And also, if you're curious about this guy's measurements, he's 5'7". He's 180 pounds. His arms are 17 inches and a quarter cold, 46-inch chest, a 29-inch waist, a 24-inch and 3/4 thigh, and 16-inch calves. There's actually a story about him that he was so strong that he actually was able to lift the rear end of a car off some kid's leg before some serious injury could happen. That's just a little fun fact. So let's just move on to the routine now. Alright, so this is a full body routine. This guy trained Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And on Friday, his workout lasted 1 hour and 15 minutes, but he usually finishes his whole workout within an hour. So that's pretty crazy. That must be some intense training. So he warms up with leg raises on the bench, 35 repetitions, then moves on to some wide grip chins. He alternates between front chins and behind the neck chins. So the first two sets he does front chins, 2 sets of 10 to 15 reps. Then he does behind the neck chins and does 2 sets of 10 to 15 reps. Then he moves on to some regular rowing, which is the equivalent of bent over rowing. It actually is bent over rowing. It's just that back then they had given exercises different names. Like the squat. They used to call the squat deep knee bends. Now we just call them squats. So he does regular rowing, 2 sets of 10 to 12 repetitions. Then he moves on to the bench press. He does 2 sets of 8 reps. Then he moves on to a third set and does 1 set of 6 repetitions. Then moves on to shoulders. Hits the standing press, the same thing as barbell press, military press, whatever you want to call it. Does 1 set of 4 repetitions. Then moves on to behind the neck press. Does 1 set of 10 repetitions. Then, exactly like the chins, he alternates between flat and incline. So he alternates back and forth with one exercise and another. He does flies. He does 1 set of 10 to 12 repetitions on flat, and he does 1 set of 10 to 12 repetitions on incline. Then moves on to curls, does 2 sets. He does 1 set of 8 to 10 repetitions and does another set of 1 set of 6 to 8 repetitions. Then moves on to some incline curls, does 2 sets of 6 to 8 repetitions, moves on to the tricep press down, does 1 set of 8 to 10 repetitions, then does another set of 1 set of 6 to 8 repetitions, but instead of doing it with the bar, the bar that you usually do tricep press downs with, he does this one with a towel. That way, he says it puts more emphasis on the forearms. And then finally finishes with half squats. Does 2 to 5 sets of 10 to 12 repetitions, superset with pullovers. So that you can do 3 sets, you can do 2 sets, you can do 4 sets, you can do 5 sets. It's up to you. It's entirely up to you. So now I haven't attempted this routine, but I did something very similar. I copied the whole routine. I think it's great. It's just the only thing I would add or change was that I would add some calf raises, a little bit more volume for the chest, a little more volume for the triceps, and that's the only shit I would really change, because I think chest has 5 sets. I added 1 set of chest. I added some 6 sets of calf raises. I added some more legs because I felt like 5 sets wasn't enough. I did 6 sets of legs. I added some hamstring curls. I added one more set of chest. I don't know if I already said that, but I added one more set of chest. But other than that, you don't have to change anything. But that's just in personal my own that's my own opinion, because I feel like this routine, there's no calves in this routine, so you're definitely gonna have some small calves if your calves aren't genetic and you're following this routine. But other than that, I think it's pretty decent. It's doable. I don't think it's that much in volume. He says he would finish it in an hour, and on Fridays an hour and 15 minutes. So he must be working really really hard to finish his workout in an hour and 15, because I did not finish his workout in an hour and 15. I did like 2 hours. I don't know how the hell this guy does it in an hour and 15 minutes. That's just insane. That's just, I mean, his physique shows the results that this routine provided. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. With that being said, subscribe for more videos like this. Give this video a thumbs up. Thanks for watching. I'm Osco Dan. I'm gone. Peace.